Alright, so today it's Foundation Friday. This is where I try out a new foundation every single Friday on my channel, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Today, when I'm filming this, it is Monday. We're keeping it casual. Okay, it's one of those Mondays. But this foundation I picked up a while ago on Nordstrom. It's the Diorskin Nude Air Foundation. This isn't like a new release or anything. I was just curious about this. I've never tried it. I think I found this when I was doing one of the like Nordstrom foundation picker videos. I will link that video down below if you missed it. This foundation retails for $53. You get 1 fluid ounce of product and it only comes in 8 shades. Yikes, Dior. I think the last Dior foundation I reviewed was the Backstage one. That was one of their newer launches, and that one had a ton of had a ton of shades, but this one obviously is an older foundation, doesn't have a great shade range. I have the lightest shade, which is 10. All right, there's a lot of fluff happening in this description, so I'm just going to sum it up, but it says it has exceptional texture, it's made of oils that evaporate instantly, undetectable film of makeup on your skin, weightless, ultra fluid serum foundation. Doesn't say really what kind of coverage, but just says an enhanced complexion with sheer correction. That is it as far as the claims. I'm going to insert swatches right here so we can see what the shade 10 looks like next to some other foundations. All right, so I have self-tanner on my arm. Today I'm filming these swatches a different day, so just a little heads up, but you can still see the shades compared to each other. But here's the Dior foundation in the lightest shade 10. Next over is my closest shade match when I don't have self-tanner on. This is CWO Life Proof in 101. This is MAC Studio Fix Foundation in NW10. NARS Sheer Glow in Siberia. And this is the new Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, the new shade, the lightest one, FC1. If you're excited for Foundation Friday and you enjoy this video while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. I also have a Foundation Friday playlist down below that has hundreds of foundation reviews down there. Okay, it is Monday and it is 8:09 a.m. right now. I washed my face and like my eye makeup literally 4 times since filming last night, and I feel like I still have stuff in them, so we can ignore that. So as you guys heard, the description of this doesn't really say a whole lot, so let's just put it on. I'm gonna give it a good shake since it looks super watery. Sounds like pure water. So you get the dropper applicator here, so I'm just gonna drop a few on the back of a palette. Looks a little orangey on there, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna start out with a brush on the side of my face. Whoa, feels very lightweight. Whoa. Feels like you're blending on just like a face oil kind of. I thought this one would be a good one to review today because I just want to do like nothing kind of makeup. I just need to majorly clean the patio and do some like housework things before my parents get here in like a day. They're coming over and I gotta do the major clean, you know, the deep clean. And I just want to go on a long walk and stuff and get some laundry done and fun things like that. So I just want like real basic, chill kind of makeup. Nothing too crazy. So usually Dior foundations break me out because they put fragrance in their foundation, and there's some ingredient in Dior foundations that usually break me out. So hopefully this one does not. Looks like light coverage. It's basically like covering the redness on my face, but you can still see things coming through. Like it still looks like skin, and it feels super lightweight. So I'm going to try it with a sponge on the other side now. The shade is about half a shade too dark, maybe a shade. Hopefully it doesn't darken throughout the day. Oh, it looks good with a sponge. Wow, it looks real nice with a sponge. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better coverage. I'm just going to smooth over my forehead. I do want to see if this is buildable. So I'm going to go in for a second layer, just like a thin second layer in certain areas to see if it builds on the other side. Oh wow, the sponge is a game changer. That looks so nice with the sponge. Yeah, I do feel like I got a little bit better coverage on this side. This looks like medium coverage. I have a feeling this is going to build really nicely, so let's go in and do the sponge on the other side. You also don't need a ton of this. Like a little bit goes a pretty long way. Okay, yeah, shade is about at least a shade dark actually looking at like the rest of my body, but it looks friggin' beautiful. With a sponge and built up, it looks really nice and smooth and fresh. Feels super lightweight. Feels really comfortable on the face. Yeah, looks pretty damn good. There's not really any areas where I'm like noticing anything crazy happening. I'm hoping it doesn't crease around here. It looks like it might. Oh, it looks good. It looks like velvety almost, like the finish. It looks like a satin finish, but very velvety and just like smooth and beautiful. So right now it is 8:17. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. I'll be right back and then we'll do a shot in natural lighting and we'll do a flash test. Okay, it's now 8:35, but the check-in time is 8:20. So like I said, very boring. Nothing kind of makeup going on today, but it looks really beautiful. Looks super just healthy and like skin. Not seeing anything major happening still. The only thing I noticed is just that the shade is too dark. So I would need to mix this one. You can see like the line right there and it's definitely a bit off. I didn't have to powder my face, which I love when I don't have to do that because I usually just powder right here so I can blend stuff. So if I don't have to do that, it's just like another step that I don't have to do. It does still feel like slightly sticky, but not anything crazy. It does feel like it's kind of like setting down. For the rest of my face, all I used was the Prime and Fine by Catrice for bronzer. I went in with this new ColourPop light sticks in the shade Earth. This is a cream highlighter. Super pretty. Then just brows, mascara, and I put on the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in Vanilla. So that is it. Let's go see what this looks like in natural lighting and we'll do a flash test. Okay, so here we are in natural lighting, and I forgot to say there is a fragrance in this one. It's kind of like the typical Dior fragrance, but it doesn't seem quite as strong to me, so that's good. It's not like super tense, but there's definitely an added fragrance in there. It looks even glowier, I feel like, in natural lighting. It's looking really pretty. I mean, I like this kind of finish, so it doesn't look cakey anywhere. So I'm gonna zoom in. The shade I feel like is not totally picking up on camera. I will try. So here's up close, and I also just put on like a dab of under eye concealer today. I just wanted to keep my face looking like not powdery from any of the under eye powder, so I just put on a super tiny bit of concealer. But here's super up close. Love how it looks on my forehead. Looks really pretty. So let's do a flash test. Also, someone asked the other day if my SPF could be causing a flashback in any of my tests when I do these, and it doesn't, because on the days that I film Foundation Fridays, I use a chemical SPF. It's the La Roche-Posay one that I always link down below. That one doesn't cause a bounce back. It's not a mineral sunscreen, so I do have other sunscreens I switch between. I love the CeraVe Hydrating, the Paula's Choice one, and the La Roche-Posay, so I kind of like mix between all those in daily life, but when I'm filming these videos I only use the La Roche-Posay because it doesn't cause a flashback. Okay, so it looks really good in flash. Looks nice and smooth too. It doesn't look like it has a bounce back. I forgot to say, I also have a tiny bit of like leftover self-tanner on. I scrubbed the crap out of my skin with the tan remover, but there's still a little bit left over, so I feel like if I didn't have any self-tanner on, like closer to my hand shade right now, it would look even a little bit darker. Wow, my arm is already getting sore. Okay, so we'll see you guys in a few hours back in natural lighting. Okay, it is now 1:57, so it's been on for 5.5 hours. So overall, it still looks pretty good. It looks a little bit more makeup-y now, so I'm gonna zoom in. Especially on the bottom half of my face right here, you can definitely just see it a little bit more, like now around my pore area. It doesn't look super great. My mouth is getting some creasing around it, and it also just looks a bit like not separated, but just kind of like not the best on my chin, but it's not horrible. My forehead still looks good. Yeah, my forehead looks good right now. It's mostly just like the bottom half of my face that doesn't look amazing. The shade seems to be oxidizing. I don't know why the shade isn't showing up in this lighting. Oxidized maybe like half a shade. I think if also the shade was like a closer match, I'd probably like it a bit more, so it probably has something to do with it. But I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night back in natural lighting. Okay, so it is now, oh, how am I gonna show you this? It's 6:30. Thought I could finally find a use for my Apple Watch, but I don't even think you can see that. My phone is on 1% battery right now. The foundation's been on for 10 hours at this point. I did go on a long walk, but I wasn't really like sweating. I was just kind of like moving pretty slow today. But looking at my face now, it doesn't look the best. I wouldn't say this one is a super long wearing foundation. It just doesn't look that good. Like, I probably wouldn't wear it for like a full day thing. It's looking just not good. It almost looks like patchy. It looks darker around my mouth area a little bit, and then it looks pretty dry. And then here's my forehead, which looks a little bit oily. But just like looking at my face overall right now, I don't like how it looks. I really don't like how it looks darker right here and how it's like continued to kind of darken throughout the day too. I might be able to make this one work, like mixing it with other stuff, because it's not horrible. I think it just needs a more long-lasting foundation to make it look better throughout the day. It looks good for the first few hours, and then it just kind of like goes a little bit downhill, but it's not terrible. But I wouldn't wear it again like on its own. For being a 50 $52 or $53 foundation, whatever it was. I mean, I wouldn't buy it as like a mixing foundation, you know, but because I have it, I will try mixing this one. I'll probably mix it with like L'Oreal Fresh Wear or CYO Life Proof, something that's long lasting on my skin that will hopefully just help like this situation happening. That is my thoughts. If you've tried this foundation out, let me know what you think of it down below. If you found certain like primers or setting sprays or anything that work great with this one, let me know down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Foundation Friday video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. I have a playlist down below with a bunch of other Foundation Friday reviews. But I'll see you guys on Monday. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.